You've decided the time is right to refresh your city's identity and its message. Congratulations. But where do you start? Allow me to illuminate the first 3 steps in the process. First, build consensus around the effort before presenting it to your council or making any public statements. Leaving out key decision makers or influencers could doom the effort. You can watch our video about building consensus for a city rebranding for more detailed advice. Second, set benchmarks against which future progress can be measured. I'm going to save consideration about what to measure and how to measure it for a future video, so we can focus our attention on the third step, which is determining the scope of your effort. Now, what I mean by scope in this context is determining who you're going to involve in the process. Now, there are a lot of ways to segment your audiences, both internally and externally, but let's keep it simple for now and consider 2 options. The first is to narrow the scope of your engagement to your workforce. And the second is to expand the scope to include both your workforce and your residents. Now, why choose one over another? The workforce-only approach can save you time and money while delivering a result that should resonate with your larger population, assuming that your workforce is representative of that population. The drawback of the workforce-only approach is that you will not have the engagement of your residents at the start, and this will slow adoption, and it'll take more time for the idea to permeate through the city's culture. Now, if you have a robust internal marketing communications capability, then this might be the best option for you. The benefits and liabilities of the workforce plus residents approach are generally the inverse of the workforce-only option. First, the time and investment required to cast this wider net that includes residents are usually about 25 to 40% higher. Second, these extra efforts engage community influencers who are going to champion adoption to the larger community. And third, you'll begin to see the fruits of your labors more quickly. With either approach, keep 2 guiding principles in mind. First, residents will not embrace the change if your workforce hasn't. The workforce is always your core, as they are your brand ambassadors. 2, 20% of anything is responsible for 80% of the results that thing produces. We call this the Pareto Principle. And this means we don't need to engage every employee or every resident in the process. We're looking to engage influencers, and that includes dissident voices. Now, there's more we could consider, but let's leave it there for now and this review. So there's 3 things you want to do at the outset once you've decided it's time for a rebrand. The first is you build consensus. The second is to set benchmarks. And the third is to define your scope. Of course, another prerequisite is deciding whether or not you want to design and manage the process with your internal resources, or if you will avail yourself of a competent and experienced guide, like Brand Purpose. Wherever you may be in the process, I invite you to book a no-obligation 20-minute Zoom where I can serve as a confidential sounding board for your thoughts, and we can determine if next steps are desirable. For now, thank you for watching, and feel free to leave a comment if you have a question we can explore in a future episode. All the best to you and to your city.